In the latest episode of Behind the Bricks, the IMS vehicle fleet and the effort to maintain it, Zach Horrell is the digital marketing manager at IMS and often is here with us to talk about things behind the track, behind the bricks. So tell me about what vehicles are we talking about?
Yeah, so these are, obviously we're a racetrack. There's a lot of
you think about cars.
but these are more like the passenger vehicles, the non-race cars. And these are really like if you're in Indianapolis and you're driving around and you see like a branded Indianapolis Motor Speedway vehicle, it might have the Indy 500 logo or another event. That's kind of more in the realm of what we're talking about today. All of our like safety vehicles, our pace cars, things like that. There's a lot that goes into maintaining that.
Well, and what do people have to do to maintain them? What are some of the things that have to be done as we look at the vehicles?
I mean, everything, right? So I think what's really interesting to know is at any point in time over the course of a year, we will be in possession of over 200 vehicles. Now, there's about 30 of them that we properly own.
Okay.
And then there's over 200 that Chevrolet provides us every year. Chevrolet is our official vehicle. And so those go to, cars for people to, like employees to drive, but it's also our pace car. It's also additional help for our safety team. And I think those are even more important because those have to go back. So we have to take extra care of them. You want to get rid of them better than what you had them. So we have a person on our team, Karsten, and his sole job is to just maintain 200 cars.
He does it all?
He does it. He washes them. He coordinates the oil changes. Sometimes he changes the oil. He's the guy that is responsible for all of this.
Wow. Okay. And so that means including the pace car.
Including the pace car, which is the most high-profile one for sure.
Yeah, that would be a lot of pressure.
A lot of pressure.
So you share a moment in the podcast of this. Should we take a look?
Let's take a look.
Today, now that's a vehicle that always has to look good, right?
Yep.
It's a showstopper. What goes into making this car look good? What's the detailing process like for a pace car?
Turtle Wax helps with that. We get it in here, soap it down, clean the inside and out, dry it all out, and make sure it's ready to go into the pace car garage and for anyone to drive on the track.
So he's not taking this to some car wash machine.
No.
He is doing this by hand.
And so what's interesting is like he's in our wash bay. We essentially kind of have our own car wash.
Okay.
And we actually take it to the next level. So Karsten has a water filtration system that he uses to wash all of these cars that leaves 0 spots on the cars, so that he doesn't have to go through and hand dry every vehicle. But I mean, just another example of like the steps that we go to make sure these cars are so properly taken care of. We have our own car wash, we have our own water filtration system. I mean, we put out all the stops.
Well, and it goes without saying, like cars need to be cleaned, they need to be maintained, and so this is such a crucial step that maybe people just don't think about.
Yeah, I think it's a great example. Like we were talking a minute ago, that this is an example of there's a job for everything out there, and especially at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, maybe you wouldn't necessarily think that we would have a job like this or a need for this, but it's certainly super important. And when you think about the Indianapolis 500 and that pace car being on display for 350,000 people in person and millions watching at home, it's got to look good, and someone has to make it look good.
And we can learn all about this and much more on the podcast Behind the Bricks, available through the IMS social media channels and, of course, WishTV's.com's All Indiana Podcast Network. You can listen right now. Zach, thanks as always.